We're Robin and Steve. In the last episode, we motored and then tacked our way to the beautiful Port Davey. Our first mission was to get ashore and move our saggy sea legs. We could look down on our boat and get our bearings. For over 30,000 years, this had been the country of the Needwani people. We'd read about a cave where people came to gather ochres, eat shellfish, and have shelter. It's not marked on any maps, and we felt so lucky to see this. The waters here are tea-coloured from the tannin-rich streams that feed it. We love being in remote places, but when you live in a boat, it's handy to know the weather. It was time for the Tas Maritime weather report, so we stopped ashore to see if our shortwave radio would pick up anything.
Tasman Island, Southeast Cape. Today until midnight. Southwesterly winds of 15 to 20 knots.
The situation had become quite tense. I'd run out of clean socks and underpants. We both needed a shower. We knew of a waterfall we could tie off to get clean. Some clever people had set up polypipe along the cliff to tie off to. The plumbing consisted of a bucket held in the waterfall with ropes, with a hose coming out of it, to fill our water tanks, wash our clothes, and have a shower. I think it's the nicest laundry room I've ever used. And the cold shower? Well, it woke me up. We can't use soaps in these sensitive marine areas, but a rinse was better than nothing. Once our clothes were clean, we set off to anchor and then hang out our laundry. There are some gorgeous patches of kelp here. Kelp forests of Tassie are dying, so it's pretty great to see them while we can. I thought I'd been pretty brave sailing to Port Davey, but imagine coming here in the mid-1900s to be a whaler. Whalers would use the caves around here to store the whale oil. In the early 1900s, Brambles Cove was used as a whaling station. This cave was a little hard to find, but this is where people would store the whale oil. All that's left now is some graffiti and a secluded cemetery. With our laundry drying and our anchor holding, we set off to take a more substantial walk up Mount Milner. Here you don't see a lot of wild mammals during the day, but you do see wombat poo, cube-shaped, quoll poo, furry. Phew, our boat Ricali's still not floating away. We turned a corner and there were clouds of bugs. Luckily, they didn't bite. Just yesterday, we'd sailed and even surfed in what seemed like massive waves. But from up here, looking down, it all looked pretty peaceful. We could check out all the reefs and rocks we'd done so well not bumping into. I'm glad we didn't fall over making this cute shot before heading back down the hill. Once down, we cooled our feet in the icy mountain streams. We checked out some pufferfish and admired a relaxed stingray. Then paddled back over the kelp beds to our boat. To enjoy the sunset and moonrise. It's pretty rare to get no wind or waves when you're living on a sailboat, so I took this opportunity to get a little bit of training in. I can only do things that are slow because there are still a lot of things to crash into on a boat. This was a good chance to figure out what I could do safely on a calm day. This was only our first day in Port Davey. Join us next time and we'll show you around this amazing place a little bit more.